Hi everybody, this is Aragorn doing my first ever Empires and Puzzles video, and I thought today I might try and help out some Alliance members with how I level heroes. So we'll kind of get right into it. This is my base, and I'm at Stronghold 20. All my farms are at 20, and mine's at 20. I have not finished mine storage because honestly it doesn't hang around that long, and I have maxed out all my food storage. So what I'm currently doing is twice a month leveling 5 heroes, all of the same color. I use in the first 2 weeks 3 TC11s, 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, here, here, and here. And this training camp is always used a TC12 to store food and recruits. And here's why. So, I don't know if many of you recognize this, but this is the Copper Sky Compendium Strategy Guide that kind of details the cost of training camps, right? So, we all know you run swords in TC1, backpacks in TC2, TC11 for extra low cost, 2-hour cook time, right? But for me, leveling 4-star and 5-star heroes, I never want to run out of food, right? I never want to see my farms maxed. And I'll always need to transfer recruits to a TC11, right? So if I look at the best place to store that stuff, my options are TC12, TC13, and TC20. And basically why I use 12 is I have too many 4-star and 5-star heroes that I already need to level. And every 2 days, the training camp cooks one of these heroes, right? So I go under the assumption on a TC13, as you can see here, it's an estimated 3 to 5% chance of getting a 4-star hero. I believe TC20 is somewhere around a 20% chance at a 4-star, 3 to 5% chance at a 5-star, and the rest at a 3-star. So I go on the basis that I expect to get 3-star heroes from each of these training camps. The reason why I use TC12 is on a 2-day cook time, I'm losing 100 recruits and 297k of food for each training. The same thing in TC13, right? So if I don't need the chance of getting 4 and 5-star heroes, I'm better off storing my food in TC12, right? So going back to kind of where we are at the moment, I currently have 600 backpacks cooking here and 600 backpacks cooking there, with about another 130 or so heroes in this TC11 and 105 trainings in 209 days in this TC12. So I'm kind of going to go through what I'm doing currently, just to give you guys an example of how I move resources around, right? And that's all it is. It's about moving the resources around. So when I farm, my food and recruits go into this TC12. When I level heroes, the spare recruits and food go into the main TC11, right? And when I run out, when I collect all of my TC2 heroes, I restart them on TC11 while I collect the backpacks needed for the next cooking session, as we call it, right? So I'm going to collect the food that I have just brewing here today. Some iron. Let's just open this chest. Okay, so I like to keep track of what comes out of my chests just for future reference to see how often a non-farmable mat drops. So I just take a few screenshots before claiming what comes out. So, okay, let's give an example here, right? You can see I'm at 794 food with a current max of 2766, which isn't a lot if you think, all right, you're going to try and run through 1,200, 1,300 feeders. That's where this TC12 comes in. And so let's show you how that works, right? My current team 2 level is this right here. I'm finishing a Triton. I'm going to give Mother North my second set of 5-star Ascension items for nature. Try and finish Matuko. Finish my first ever 3-star hero in Melia, and finish a Sabina, right? So here's essentially how that's going to happen. I've got a mixture of 1-star, 2-star, some trainer heroes, and leftover heroes from Atlantis summons that I'm going to feed. As you can see, I have a rather large hero capacity because I have a hero collecting problem. But that's a discussion for a separate video, right? So let's see where we are and who's going to get the initial here, right? So one of the things that I do to maximize the feeders that I cook is to only color level, right? So it's an extra 20% experience to the hero that you're leveling to feed them only same color heroes, right? And so I'm, let's call it particular about not wasting that level of experience. And so I only feed same color to those heroes. So let's just, do I have any other yellows? No. So let's just do that here. Well, I'm at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Okay, so I'm going to collect just something that's in here. And let's look at Mother North, right? So this is what it costs to ascend her, right? So I've got 787k of food, it costs 708 to ascend her. Let's do that now. It's been a long decision process for me to decide whether or not her Liana gets the tonics, but this is the decision I've made, so here we go. And we have Mother North at final tier ascension, right? So I am now out of food, as you can see, right? So I'll collect what's here in my watchtower. And here is the advantage to the training camps that I have set up. So I'll go in here to my 105 trainings in TC12, and I will start deducting, right? So my recruit max right now is 208. I have not finished any of my recruit houses because honestly I don't need them. I will max everything eventually, but so this is what I do, right? I take the recruits and the food out, and I dump those recruits into a TC11. Takes a little while to do this, but it's really all about moving around the resources, right? So take those out, put these 90 in here, and as you can see, my food count is climbing. I also typically do this around the time after war matching has been made. It might be considered cheating a little bit to power level a bunch of heroes that I can use then for the next war, but I'm still working on my 5th/6th war team, right? And this is how I do it, right? Especially since, as many of you will have experienced, getting a 4-star from, say, 3rd tier level 50 to 70, or a 5-star definitely from 3rd tier, 4th tier level 60 to 80, can be quite daunting from a food cost perspective and the amount of trainers. So here we go. I'm at 2,300 food, and I have put all my recruits in here into this TC11, and this is what I do, right? So I will go to Mother North and pick all of my green heroes available. That's 10, right? So at that stage, then it's about collecting and using, right? So I'm looking at, I dropped a bunch of yellows. So this can be a quite long and painstaking process to watch. So I think I will show you where I am now in my leveling team. Pause the video and show you where I am when I'm done. Right? Thanks. All right, everybody, I'm back. So as you can see, I've used quite a bit of food. The reason why I'm coming back here to show you kind of a progress update is I'm about to max Melia, the 3-star. So that's where I am after using quite a bit of amount of food. I've been pulling all of my heroes from this training camp here. I still have quite a few left. For some reason, the collect display that's down here is not working to show you how many I have left. But I just keep collecting till they're done, right? So here is maxing our first ever 3-star. I kind of jumped into the game with 4s and 5s and had to backtrack, right, to leveling 4-stars. But I am now trying to also give some love to the 3-stars, right? So this is our first max 3-star. So she will now come out of the leveling team, and our next project is Inari, right? So Inari is the next holy hero I've decided to max and give darts to. So she'll be part of this current leveling session. And I suppose in the meantime, I'll show you maybe just very quickly what I farm, since I have max flags at the moment and an open monster chest. For the purposes of storing food and recruits, I use 15.8 on hard, right? And we'll just do one of these really quickly to show you what comes from using a single loot ticket at 12 World Energy. The crafting material drops are typically significantly better in Season 2. I used this level there because of 35 recruits for 12 flags. And the other place that I farm quite a bit is here in Season 1. There are 4 places that I farm, and it's essentially searching for backpacks to replace the ones that I have cooked, right? So I've cooked 1,200, and I think my current count is 232, right? So in the last week and a half, I've replenished a decent number since the last time that I cooked. And so let me show you where I farm, right? So I use Season 2, Province 1, Stage 2, 7, 8, and 10. And depending on how often I've been farming the same place will depend on how many backpacks get dropped, right? So 3 there for 10 World Energy is not great. But you really don't expect more than 1 backpack for 3 flags out of 8-7 or 6-8. So that's about on par, right? The maximum that I have ever received out of any one of these has been 6 or 7, right? So given the drops for nuggets or crude iron, meteor fragments, roots, so there's a pretty good one, right? 10 World Energy gives 2 mushrooms, 2 crude irons, a nugget, a meteor fragment, a root, 6 backpacks. That's not by no means a standard drop, but it's a pretty good one. So I'm going to continue on here with my leveling session, chewing through much more food, and we'll check back in to see where I get to. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I'm back to show you how I've run out of food. Leveling 5 stars, especially Mitsuko, this high up in 60 levels, takes about over 100k of food. And so once again, this is my process for continuing my leveling session, right? Deducting from TC12, putting the recruits and a small amount of food back into TC11. Like so. Obviously, I've done this a number of times before, so when you get to doing this kind of session, it actually is quite time consuming, but I find rewarding at the end. It provides me with much stronger heroes more quickly to use in our wars and raids. Right, so removing any more would max my food or overload my food capacity. And so there we go. Oh, so for some reason our button is fixed down here. So I still have 137 trainings in this TC11 that have been cooked and are ready. I think I started off with somewhere around 106, 107 trainings here in this TC12. I've used about 30 of them, right? But this is my second round of full food for leveling. This is the training camp I've been removing from. So out of the 600 that we're cooking, I've used half, less than half. And here is the current of this training camp that is yet to be touched, right? So I'm going to keep going here. It is quite late, but I'll keep going for a little while longer and check in and hopefully show you guys some of the maxed 4 stars. All right, everybody, so I'm back, and this video is getting quite long, and it's getting quite late, so I'm just going to show maxing the 2 4 stars that I've been working on. Here is Triton, and these 2 heroes will send him to max level. So that is Triton done. And Sabina, I take these 4 and she is done also, which means from a leveling perspective, I am now going to Kage Barado, and actually I haven't fully decided on the next blue. At the moment it's been Alice. It gets really, really expensive food-wise working on 5 stars together, but that's it until Mother North and Mitsuko get finished. So I still have quite a decent amount of food left from the second leveling. Much more here sitting in the training camps, and quite a few feeders left. So I'll continue this come the morning to be ready for war. Thanks for watching.